Salve, anyways, we're talking about Ghost Reaper Girl, and since I'm actually doing this on Valentine's Day, I figured we'd talk about love, so we're going to talk about Love. So, as you can see, this is actually her in what is known as, I guess, the Ghost Reaper Girl form, even though she's a Ghost Reaper, and her code name is Ghost Reaper Girl. So her real name is Love. She's about 28 years old. The Scythe, it's kind of like Vampire Hunter D, like it can talk. So she's 28 years old. They say she looks younger, so it makes it really hard for her to have roles. So she was known as Ghost Reaper Girl, and she was known by this guy Kai, who's a spirit. He's basically a kite, and he's a chain devil, if you know anything about that. So basically, when he joins with her, when he enters her body, she turns into this. So, you know, you can see this is the first chapter spread. So anyways, you can see she's really pretty. So, yeah, so this is what she looks like in her main Ghost Reaper Girl form. So basically in this form she has two skills. She starts out with Through the Blood, where she can basically slice you with the scythe and she doesn't hurt the body that's being inhabited by the spirit. So basically the spirits won't Love's body because in her body they have special powers. They're not like limited. Usually they're like in a zombie state or something like that. So basically it starts out where she's like, she claims she's 20, she looks younger, the guy tries to come on to her because she's possessed by a ghost, and you know, she beats him up as always. Her backstory, her early backstory makes me think of Terra from, Terra from like Teen Titans, if you know Teen Titans, the anime, and kind of mixed with like Harley Quinn, she's like kind of tough. So this was chapter 2, Soul Predator to Noel. So this is when she meets her other host, but you can see how he's kind of got the wacky thing like the Vampire Hunter D where the sword talks. It's kind of like Vampire Hunter D meets Lollipop Chainsaw. So we're focusing on Love, and you know, she is just a weed, she's not even on the pyramid, like she's so poor and stuff. So this is where she starts, she's the Ghost Reaper Girl. So this is her form when she's joined with Kai Ayad. A lot of this stuff is influenced by H.P. Lovecraft. So when she joins with Kai, she has this. So she starts out with Through the Blood, like I said, and then you can see how there's the chain. So later on, so far, she gets a second skill, and it's called Hound Chain. So she can basically ensnare you with the chain, and it makes it where she can use Through the Blood or something else. So this is what they look like. That's Love in her normal form. This is Noel, and his last name's like Althar, like the cat's Althar and stuff. That's Kai Ayad. So this is Noel, this is Chloe in her normal form. I always call her Noel because I'm a fan of Black Clover, so I mix that up. So, you know, basically she ends up working for Arkham Bullet, and it's run by Nyarlathotep, who we'll get to another time. So this is what Chloe Love looks like when she joins with Noel. And you can see Noel is the talking tail in this case. And she has a sort of very elegant look. She has more agility, and even though he was a soul predator, where he could actually eat ghosts before she sort of frees him, and you know, it's like a whole thing. It's pretty cool. It's like some domestic servitude. He messes up a horror collection and he makes her come back to clean it up and stuff, and you know what I mean, it's like pretty cool. You know, Chloe Love's a compassionate so you can see though, there's Kai Ayad right there. So when she joins with Noel, she's in this form, and it makes her very agile. She can do a lot of stuff. She can slash a little bit with her nails, but so far she hasn't gotten a skill, and we're 14-15 chapters in, so she hasn't gotten a skill yet with him, but I'm hoping she will. And this was like a really nice color spread. So this is the best I've seen Chloe Love look in her base form. You can see she's a beautiful woman. She's in a nice outfit. I think that's a female tuxedo. I've done tuxedo modeling. I talk about this in the chapter 14 review, the 12 to 14 review. Shogoth right there looks a lot like Jennifer Love Hewitt, and ironically enough, the movie The Tuxedo, or Heartbreakers. And then we have Noel. For some reason he's hunched over. They even stuck him in a cummerbund. And there's Nyarlathotep's face. So Nyarlathotep, a Mistress Nyala, and that's Chaco holding it. That's Reanimator West, if you know the H.P. Lovecraft. There's Kai Ayad. He's in a really nice suit. You know what I mean? He's got nice elegant. So there's some people that want her to hook up with Shogoth, and like in one of the mini chapters, she's kind of coming on to Shogoth. She's enamored by transformational, like magical girls and stuff. So Chloe Love is really a big thing for her. So you know, Chloe Love looks like a lot of people. I think she looks like, you know, like it depends what form you have her in. Like when she's in this form, I think she looks a lot like the Olsen Twins, you know what I mean, stuff like that. Other forms, you know basically way she looks like that sort of, you know what I mean, like Ariana Grande, Avril Lavigne, you know, people like that, the Olsen Twins, you know, so it's like, I kind of like that. And, you know, this was a cool chapter. You know, it's a pretty cool manga. It's got the best art of the manga. And you can see, like, so, you know, you can see here's her in that form. And then that's her in the Noel form. So you mean her hair color seems to be basically the same in that form. You know what I mean? Because that's like a base color. She has like that sort of... But it's weird. You would think somebody with that hair color, people would think looks older, not younger, right? I mean, the girl's got like white hair or so. But yeah, you know what I mean? This Clo-Love is probably one of the best female characters in manga right now. Clo-Love, I'll probably do something on Shogoth at one time, and Nyarlathotep. They're probably some of the 3 best females in the manga. The male characters are probably not as popular, but they join with her, and that's kind of what makes them interesting. Some people want Shogoth to join with her, like, you know, like they can, but I don't think she can. Nyarlathotep probably could, so that would be a very interesting transformation. But I don't think that Shogoth could, because Shogoth basically was the killing doll. She was a human, and then Reanimator West fused her into this thing. So, you know what I mean? She's already kind of fused with something. And she can only say Tekeli Lee, Tekeli Lee, Tekeli Lee, Tekeli Lee. So, I mean, that would be pretty interesting if Clo-Love hooked up with her. I'm sure there'd be some interesting things. So, you know what I mean? Each form is pretty cool, but like I said, the Ghost Reaper Girl form, I think it's better because, like I said, right now she has 2 skills. She has Through the Blood and she has Hound Chain. And you can see she's got, so basically Kayad added a kite and he's a chain devil. So they're trying to get these ghosts that escaped from Arkham Bullet. It's like this prison in hell. And Clo-Love is basically, you know, she's being used as bait to sort of draw out the gold, like the ancient gods, the old ones, and the occultists that worship them. Those that know H.P. Lovecraft know exactly what I'm talking about. Call of Cthulhu, things like that, you know what I mean? I grew up on that stuff. But like I said, you know, this is really a good manga. Not enough people are reading it. So I wanted the people to give an idea who Clo-Love is. She's one of the main characters, and maybe I'll do some of the other characters. And like I said, she's got some cool transformations like that. Like that's pretty cool, the cat form. And you know, that was from chapter 13. And you know, this has had some decent color pages, but this is probably my favorite color spread since the first one. Some of the other spreads I didn't like how Clo looked. But in this one, I think she looks really good. And like I said, she's a compassionate dom. He's the, you know, Kai is her first servant, and then Noel, she ends up saving Kayad from the ghosts. She goes back to save him, and she's a little reluctant. She's a bit of a reluctant femdom, but she's compassionate. She's a loving, she's a caring femdom. And she's a woman, you know, she's finally getting, it's the first time in her life, she's almost 30 years old, that she even had men in her place where she lives. You know, she's a horror fan. She's kind of like the woman that you dream exists. She's into horror. She's like into everything that's like really cool to guys, especially if you're not like with a girlfriend, you know what I mean? So it's like she knew who Romero was, because that's one of the things H.P. You know, Lovecraft, the Reanimator West, wanted to basically have her, like, you know, and then like raise her back from the dead. She'd be improved. So you know what I mean? She wasn't really too keen on that, but like I said, they would really make a cute couple right there, I think. You got Clo-Love and you got Shogoth. And, you know, like I said, Clo-Love, you know, I call her Noel a lot because she's got like the hair color. But yeah, she's definitely one of my favorite characters. I definitely, I wish more people would read this. You know, I pretty much know everything there is about her as a character. There's still only, it's only about 14, 15 chapters in. Maybe I'll do something with the other guys. I'll keep it short. But Clo-Love is the main character of it. She's a female. She's compassionate, loving, sensual female. She might not be the biggest female, but she's a tough female. Because in the flashback, she's like starving, living in the street. She aspires to be like a star. She wants to get out of the gutter, and she sees that as a way to be elegant and like doing stuff like that. All the fighting in this is like elegant and acrobatic. It had a lot of bad press, but yeah. So check out Ghost Reaper Girl, and this is Clo-Love, the main character of Ghost Reaper Girl. Thanks. Take care.